And that is right. I am, of course, the Golden One. Ricky Goldman. This is a channel you must acknowledge. It is the People's Wrestling Channel. And this is, after months and months, I think the last one I did in May, this is... That is right, another interview. Like I said, I think the last one I did was in May, so go back and check. Also, check out the description. So I'm going to bring in my guest. He joined me for the Clash of the Castle review, all the way from Wales. It is Lewis from Potato Pro Wrestling. And he's acknowledging his tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge.
750 days of champion.
Acknowledge the tribal chief.
So how are you? First of all,
I'm good. I feel underdressed. You've got your nice suit jacket on. I just got my old Sami Zayn jacket and t-shirt that's all battered and
it's part of the gimmick, part of the Ricky Goldman gimmick. But there you go. I know that I've been watching a bit of the funeral on.
Oh yeah.
YouTube. Are you a chance to watch it?
I was watching a little bit of the funeral. Yeah, it's I'm not a royalist or anything, but it is a huge part of history.
Yeah,
like it is a big, historical moment for our country. So yeah, but as I said, I'm not a super royalist, but it is still sad.
Let me just close the window. Someone's sawing outside. Just give me 1 second.
Motorbikes.
So I think we're sawing or something. I don't really follow royals, but yeah, it is sad. It is a big day in history, and I actually went to London. I'll be as quick as I can. London in June or July, and I went to see Buckingham Palace. But yeah, I don't really follow the royals, but it is sad. Yeah. So I know you're a wrestling fan. How long? Well, first of all, how long you've been watching, and who got you into it, or what got you into it?
Oh right, well, so I've been watching wrestling since I was 10, 11, I think. Like when I was quite young. The first match I ever watched was Mankind versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring '98, which is like, well, how would you really go from there? Like, I thought every match was going to be like that, but it's like, oh no, this was probably the most extreme match in WWE history, and I kind of started there.
Yeah,
like, my expectations, I thought were no. Obviously, I was like in awe with the whole thing, and then I started watching it from there. As a kid, The Rock just was my favorite growing up. Just his catchphrases, and he was just cool, and like his jackets and all that, like all the stuff with The Rock. But as I've grown up, I feel like Austin was. I should have probably. As a kid, I liked Rock. As an adult, I prefer Austin. It's weird, but I still like both. Obviously, they're both fantastic wrestlers, and obviously, a mass majority of people who like wrestling were Attitude Era people. I would imagine. So the Attitude Era is what brought me up, and that's what got me into wrestling. And I think that's what a lot of people would say. It was kind of like the golden age of wrestling, apart from obviously the golden era with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and stuff. But like. Is one of the two. it's that or that. Usually, when you ask about wrestling, what got you into wrestling? So, but yeah, Attitude Era boy. Cliche, but it's kind of everyone says it, but there's a reason why, because it was very big at the time. Definitely,
yeah. The most people watching back then, and for me, it's been 22 years.
Yeah,
way over half my life, and just like you, The Rock got me into it. The Rock's my all-time favorite, and yeah, the Attitude Era. Most people watched back then. I think a lot of people, I think the Attitude Era probably the best time in wrestling. Very good. My all-time favorite is The Rock. So who's your all-time favorite, and who's your current favorite?
That's hard. It's really, it's like I changed my mind on this all the time. Probably say Rock. It's Rock or Austin. It's one A, one B. I can never really decide. It depends what mood I'm in, really. I would say I'll go Austin because you got the Rock covered, so we cover our bases. And then current favorite, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, I think. Well, I like the tribal. Roman Reigns is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. The WrestleMania 30 is still like my favorite WrestleMania, though, or like of the modern era, anyway. Just the monster move package where he was going over his career, and then him facing Triple H, and then going on to face Batista and Randy Orton. I thought that was all fantastic stuff. So that's why I'm a big mark for Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. Or Kevin Owens, possibly, as well. I like Kevin Owens. I feel like if I was a wrestler, I would be Kevin Owens. Like, that's the character I would want to have, and like how I would want to wrestle and how I would act. Obviously, he's very talented. I'm not saying I'd be as talented as him, but that would be what my that's how I would aim to be as a wrestler, I would think.
I think he's very good in his promo on Raw last week now. That was good.
Yeah.
I would have said Mania 38 this year was probably the best Mania. You had Austin. Austin looks incredible. You had Undertaker retire, Triple H retire, Reigns become the world champion. A lot happened. So I know some
really good WrestleMania this year.
Sorry, say that again.
It was a really good WrestleMania this year. You had Austin's return match, obviously, and you had Vince McMahon beating Pat McAfee. What was that about?
He looks good for 76, 77. Jesus. It had some like down points as well, though. But it was a pretty good WrestleMania overall. Probably the best 2-day WrestleMania they've done. Definitely. So they've only done 3 of them. So. Yeah. Oh yeah, 36, 7, 8. Yeah, apparently the biggest Mania ever, the most watched, the most grossing, and everything. I think Mania being 2 days is better, much easier to watch. I know someone that went to Mania 30 and they said when Undertaker lost, a lot of people left. I won't leave for the price of WrestleMania tickets, for the price to get there and everything. Forget it.
No.
So Mania 30, you said is your favorite. Do you think that Taker should have lost to Brock, or do you think that he should have waited to lose to Reigns at Mania 33?
Honestly, I don't think Undertaker should have ever lost, full stop. Like, not even to Roman, to be honest. And I was going to say, it's funny because you said that. It's like the whole arena was down and sad when Undertaker lost. And the only person who could get everyone back on their feet and everyone excited and everyone happy was Daniel Bryan winning it. Like, that was like, he brought it back at the end, I thought, which was, even though he managed like a massive down point.
The women's match followed Undertaker, and then just people hated that. It's like, how you follow Undertaker losing when the women's match people didn't really care about, and then Daniel Bryan got him up there, but not as much. People were still down.
I mean, Undertaker we had like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Triple H, Undertaker, then Punk. Like, all those matches were really good, like back to back. Then the Brock match was awful, but that was because he got a concussion right at the beginning of the match. So who knows? It might have been a decent match if that didn't happen, but I don't know if having Brock go over was the right thing, to be honest. But if not Brock, then who? I mean, Roman wasn't Brock, ready at the time.
Legitimate guy, done UFC. Yeah. But I think that Taker probably wanted Reigns, but didn't know he could go another 3 years. And the match he had with Reigns was pretty bad. Like, failing the tombstone, he just looked, Undertaker's old, time to retire.
Yeah. Reigns
still beat him. Sorry, say that again.
Have you watched the last Ride documentary with the Undertaker going over his career? Because basically he was just never happy with his last match. Really, he was always. He either went really well and he was like, "Oh, I could do another one of those," or it went really bad and he's like, "I can't have that as my last match." So he just kept going, even when he was.
I think his final match with AJ Styles, that was the perfect way for him to go out.
Yeah, definitely.
Reigns still beat Taker. That's still a big win for Reigns, but I think any in the street would have totally made him. He should have turned heel the night after on Raw, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Taker thought he was done at Mania 30, but then money talks.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with wrestling. A lot of the times they never
falling in again, come back and whatever. But maybe he should have retired at 33. Do you think he should have retired or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in hindsight, I mean, no one ever stays retired in wrestling. That's the thing. Like Austin came back, Shawn came back. How many times has Ric Flair retired? How many times is Terry Funk retired? Like, it's just like people. How many times has Mankind or Mick Foley retired? For God's sake,
I do think Undertaker is retired, or you can't bring him back. You could just like bring him out for one match. Like, it really destroys his legacy, it destroys his legend. You don't need him.
If they bring him back,
never come back again. Stay away.
If the only time I think they should bring him back is if they do another like cinematic match. I don't want him to see him in a proper match again, like in ring, because he just can't do it. He can't. He's not up to it. I don't. No.
Well, the Hall of Fame, he did say never, but I think that was just to keep the fans. I thought, and when he said it, I thought that's the guy who's facing Rollins. I would have had him face Rollins, come out, chokes on Tombstone. Rollins complains on Raw, and that's where you bring back Cody. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was still good seeing Cody back and music and his everything he did in AEW, just in WWE. So that was fantastic.
Yeah. It was a brilliant match as well at WrestleMania. I think it's better that if you know, like a chokeslam Tombstone Undertaker like 2-second squash match. I think I prefer the Cody Rollins match we had, which was really good. It was probably the best match of the night, or one of the best matches of the night, like quality wise. Anyway, like obviously Austin,
Edge Styles, really good.
Yeah, but obviously Austin, like
too, but
Kevin Owens was the most entertaining match, but it wasn't the most technical match, though.
He took a bump on concrete at 50, 40, how old is he? 47, 40, I think in his 50s, with a damn damaged back.
Yeah, mad. I can't believe he was taking bumps. It was. It was a brilliant match, to be fair. It was just fun. I just enjoyed it. It was just one of those matches that was just enjoyable to watch. It was very Attitude Era, like overbooked nonsense, but it was brilliant.
So I know you went to Clash of the Castle and you told me you went to take over Cardiff. So what was your thought on both? And have you been to other WWE shows or have you been to indie shows?
So most shows I've been to are in Cardiff. So the majority of them are like house shows. So I've been to a couple of SmackDown house shows. I've been to a couple of Raw ones and NXT and stuff. The most memorable SmackDown one was years ago when John Cena just became the guy like winning his first title. He was speaking to one of the referees at the end of the match, and he goes, "Do you know where Wales is?" And then the referee goes, "It's in England, right?" And then everyone goes, "Boo!" John Cena F5s the guy and then runs around the arena with a Welsh flag. That was like the most memorable thing I've ever seen in a house show. It was very well done.
So he was doing it to get heat. Okay, in America, a lot of people don't know where Wales is. They've heard of Ireland, Scotland, not England, but
I was like, because the time before that, I saw him. JBL was like going, Camilla is an ugly wrench and all this stuff, and it's like no one cares. We don't care about the royal family really in Wales. It's like no, like the crowd was like dead, and he was like trying to really rile us up. It's like, oh, Prince William, am I right? And all this, like no, JBL, no one cares.
Prince William, Harry, whatever is this? Like, we don't care.
Oh, okay. So they get it now. They get what Wales is. I think it took them a couple of shows, but what else is there? So obviously, I went to see NXT. There was an NXT house show, which was amazing. That was where I think we debuted the hey Bailey. Ooh, I want to know if you'll be my girl. I think we started that. I'm pretty sure that started in Cardiff because then the next night it was in NXT UK London or whatever it was. They started doing the chant again. But yeah, it was a really fun night. That was like the best wrestling show, one of the best wrestling shows I've ever seen. It was a house show. Had Sami Zayn, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe in the main event as a triple threat. It was awesome. And then obviously NXT, the two proper shows I've seen, NXT UK Takeover Cardiff with Walter versus Tyler Bate, and
that was good.
Yeah, which was 5 stars. It's absolutely incredible. The arena was electric the whole night. And the Welsh was it Social Outcast? Is it called Social Outcasts? The Welsh team. I can't remember their name now. But it was the Welsh tag team.
With Bordal and C Slater.
No, not them.
Adam Rose. League of Nations.
It was Mark Andrews and I feel bad now. I forgot their names now.
I don't think
they were the first.
I know you're on
Welsh
about it.
Yeah, they were the first.
I know
Welsh
you mean. I don't think they've got a name or anything. It's Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
That's it, Flash Morgan Webster. Yeah, they won the NXT tag titles and becoming the first Welsh WWE champions ever. And the whole arena went banana, went absolutely ape shit. It was amazing. And then obviously Clash of the Castle was fantastic, but I was in the gods, like the nosebleeds. I went up 20 flights of stairs, then got into the arena, then up another 20, another load of stairs. There's actually only 4 rows behind me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm right up the top. And, the dots, the wrestlers are like dots in the ring. I still enjoyed the show immensely, though. It was such a fun show just to be there. The atmosphere was just amazing.
Definitely.
I really thought Drew was going to do it, but we said this at the time, didn't we? It's my head said Roman's definitely winning it. My heart was like, they're going to do it. Drew's going to win for his home country of Scotland, Wales, his hometown of close enough hometown. I thought he was really going to do it, but no. And then the third Uso, what's his name, Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa. Okay. Yeah.
The big Uso, the third Uso, showed up and ruined it all. But no, it was a fantastic night. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, you had Gunther. Versus Sheamus, got 5-star by Dave Meltzer as well. So it was a very good show. And I enjoyed it.
All the fans singing Edge's theme, and that was epic.
My God, yes. And everyone just chanting at Bailey, and Bailey being a heel and going, "No, stop cheering for me! I don't want to hear it." It's just hilarious.
I was probably not as far back as you, but still, it looked like I had to watch most of it on the screen. But it was epic. It was the atmosphere.
Yeah, it had a mania feel to it, even though it was
definitely
a hot crowd. It was a
damn hot in there with a lot of people on the lights. I was sweating like nothing. I think I lost 10 gallons of sweat.
I had my Roman Reigns hair the whole night. It was just dripping.
Drew. It was a Scots guy in Wales watched by most by English fans. It was like Michael Cole making out, it was like CM Punk returning to Chicago. He's returning home to Wales. And then when Solo did whatever he did, people were like, "Who's that?" Because people don't watch NXT. I think some people knew who he was, but a lot of people were like, "Who's that?"
I knew him as the third Uso. I was like, who I knew him. I didn't even remember because I stopped watching NXT when it went to was it the Jackson Pollock version of NXT, which is the white with the splashes. But they've gone back to black and gold, so now I have to give it another chance because I said I would if they did. So I was like, that.
We only get now barely 1 million. So on Raw's getting 2. SmackDown's getting 2.5, so people aren't watching it.
And people are watching AEW, which is, I know you're not a fan of that, but
pay-per-views are good. We'll get to that in a little bit. NXT, the logo's changed, but the backdrop I still think is splash colours, but we'll see.
We'll see. Black and gold.
NXT, they're the best days, and Takeover's come back, and
that's my favorite. They were my favorite wrestling shows ever were the takeovers and just NXT when NXT was black and gold before the Wednesday Night War when they went up to 2 hours and they changed a load of stuff. Before that, when it was 1 hour a week, it was the best hour of wrestling every week without question, and it was always flawless. and it was just so entertaining, and I was really sad to see it go and to go into this mess than what it is now. So I'm hoping Shawn Michaels is at the wheel. Hopefully he can fix it. Fingers crossed.
I think 2 hours, obviously, you get more people on TV and more storylines and all of that. So I think 2 hours is better than one, but
yeah,
I suppose what an hour works for
higher
NXT,
quality, you know.
Yeah, I suppose an hour works for NXT UK. So I don't know. It's take it or leave it. It is what it is. Is 2 hours better? Is an hour better?
Yeah, it's free. Not 3 hours though. We can agree on
that. Or 6
3 hours is too long.
Or 6 hours like an AEW pay-per-view, which we'll get to. So I'm just going to play a quick video and then we'll carry the interview on. So yes, Protein Tees, Gullman's, all 5 designs. So yeah, let's discuss AEW, I suppose. So yeah, I know you watch Dynamite. Unlucky.
Yeah.
The pay-per-views, like I said, are good, but they are so lengthy.
Well, I mean,
6 hours long. 6 hours, at least.
The thing is, we had a 6 hour pay-per-view, but no one even talks about it anymore. It was all about CM Punk's like pipe bomb, media scrum kind of thing. That's all anyone's doing. Actually cares
6 hour fantastic pay-per-view, and I thought, oh, like, was good, really good. But then people don't care about that. That's what CM Punk did afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are your thoughts about AEW? Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying what they're doing?
I'm excited to see who the new champion's going to be. Are they going to put it back on Moxley again, or are they going to give it to Bryan Danielson? I hope they give it to Bryan Danielson because he's one of my favorites, as I said earlier. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, is the Daniel Bryan's. It's funny because they were saying, like, the last time CM Punk threw his toys out the pram and walked off, Daniel Bryan became the champion. It looks like it might happen again.
In Ring of Honor, WWE, and now in AEW. He's a big kid.
I don't know why it's happening. Like, Bryan Danielson just picks up the... Oh, man. I want him to make an eco version of the AEW belt, because the eco WWE title was so funny. It's like made of wood and like hemp. Remember that?
Yeah, he got in heat, didn't it? Yeah, did his job.
Good. I loved it. Yeah, no, I would love to see Bryan Danielson win the AEW title. I don't watch AEW as much as I used to. The first year, I was obsessed. I used to watch it every week without question, to watch it every week without it. And then now I've kind of fallen off a little bit with AEW. I don't know what it is. It's yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think that AEW, there's no Cody and there's no Young Bucks and there's no Kenny at the moment. It's very strange. And then Punk's obviously suspended as well and injured. Yeah, it's very.
Do you not watch the pay-per-views then, or is 6 hours too long for you?
See, yeah, it's a bit too long, and also I don't. Because I pay for the WWE Network. I'm not willing to pay £10-20 to watch a pay-per-view. It's like I'm not down for that.
Sometimes worth it, or I think I sent you a link, but if I haven't, I will send you it, where I watch NXT and Rivals and Biography and all of that for free.
Yeah, I mean,
it's live, but
don't let the police.
I don't pay for them either.
Oh no, it's the police breaking the law.
Everybody does it. Everybody's watching it on there, so I don't think the police care.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically illegal, I suppose, but
now, yeah, send me the link. I'll probably end up watching the pay-per-views on that. But
yeah, if you get a chance to watch the Biography series and Rivals, I don't know if you watched them. Both are good. Did you get a chance to watch them?
I haven't had a chance to watch them. I probably will at some point, though. Definitely, yeah. But yeah, I used to watch the weekly AEW shows every week. I don't know. They've added Rampage now, and I don't really watch Rampage. It's like
dark.
and Dark. Oh, I never watched Dark. Dark's just too much. And then being the Elite, there's so much to watch.
Just imagine going to watch it. You get Elevation, Dynamite, Dark, Rampage. That's like 6 hours anyway.
Yeah, and then you got WWE, you got SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and then you got pay-per-views every month. It's like, oh my god, it's too much wrestling. And then it's like, oh, I watch Impact and watch what's it, NWA Power and all this other stuff. It's like, no, it's too much. It's too much.
So,
for one month.
AEW is coming over here next year. I would have thought it'd be the Fulham Stadium. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view. I don't know if they're doing a tour. They've said nothing, just for the fact they're coming over. So would you go to watch it?
Yeah, probably. Why not? First, probably will. Yeah. My friend Dean, he's known as Smash Fiend on Twitch. I went with him to see wrestling, and the whole time he was there, he was like, "This isn't as good as AEW."
What, Flash? Flash?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
it was like, oh, what?
He's a big AEW. He's a big AEW mark, so he'll want to go to the Fulham Stadium to watch it for sure. So I'll put it.
It might be the Fulham Stadium. Tony Khan owns it. You would have thought it would be there, but all they've said, they're coming over, and that's it. They've said if it's a tour, if it's a pay-per-view, where it is, who's on it. So I presume there will be an announcement end of this year or beginning next year. But they just basically said they're coming over, and that's it.
Yeah, who would be? I don't know. I'm wondering who would be on it. That's interesting. Yeah, they don't really have any British stars, do they? In AEW,
Kip Sabian, Pac, Kip Sabian.
Oh yeah, Pac. Yeah, of course. I don't think
Jamie Hayter.
Yeah. Will Ospreay shows up every now and again.
Regal. We got Regal.
Regal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I changed.
He's not going to wrestle. But he's a UK guy.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Omega and the Bucks, do you think they go to WWE when the contract's up, or come back to AEW?
I think they're going to stay in AEW. I can't see him going. Can you see him going to WWE? I don't know.
The Young Bucks wouldn't be the same. They couldn't do the super kick party and 10,000 super kicks and not selling it, and they couldn't do that. The money, yes, but it won't be the young Bucks. I know.
Yeah, it's funny that it's called All Elite Wrestling, and there's going to be like no elite members left. just call it AEW. Just all wrestling. That's it. Just get
WWE, whatever, because they're all mostly WWE. It's like, Jesus.
That was the issue that everyone used to have with Impact, is that they're all former WWE people, and it feels like that's becoming a case on AEW as well. They need to push more like unique, like MGF and stuff. Like he's the biggest star they've got, who's original.
Yeah, fantastic. He gets heat.
I mean, I like Jericho.
He got cheated all out, and I thought, oh, does that turn him face? Not really, because he flipped off the crowd and he's heel again. Yeah. So,
I mean, I like Mox, I like Jericho. I did like Punk, but he's been a bit of a whiny bitch at the moment. And then, I like a lot of the former WWE guys, but try and put some new people over. Yeah, like MGF, for God's sake. I suppose Kenny Omega counts as a non-WWE guy winning the title, but and Hangman, those are the two non-WWE guys.
Hangman's reign was very unrememberable. And Punk, very quickly at the press conference, burying the company, burying the journalist, and Tony Khan sat there looking like an idiot. I thought, what's this?
He just sat there. He was like. Yeah, that whole conference was madness. Just like
he's not a leader. I know you watched the Crown Jewel press conference. Triple H knows how to talk to people, deal with people, how to answer questions.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, all he did was just go, "Acknowledge me," and then just walk off. That was it. At
the clash. I mean, that on the Crown Jewel one. Triple H is a lot better at talking to people.
I still can't believe they're doing Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. I can't believe that's a thing.
Well,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense in a way, but I'm like, no, please don't.
So, kind of going back to my previous question, I know you've got a few indie companies there? Did you go to watch them?
I've watched Dragon Pro Wrestling. I went to see them. They were okay. It was a fun night. It was a fun night. That was before COVID, and then ever since COVID, I haven't had really chance to go. There's a show in Cardiff coming up, and I should be going to that, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'll keep you posted.
Next month, I think there's a show with Wild Boar on out of NXT UK. So, yeah.
I forgot what the name of the show now. I should have written it down. I'm sorry, but yeah, I made a video about WrestleFest being a bit of a shit show. So someone's contacted me from one of the wrestling indie shows saying like they'll give me discounts and stuff if I want to go and see a wrestling show there. I was like, oh, nice, yeah, probably will do that. I saw the Wild Boar was on there, and I thought, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, everybody else I probably don't really know. There's one with Mark Andrews coming up, so I'll probably local. So
and very quickly, just on the we'll talk about 30 seconds to a minute on the subject of WrestleFest. Yeah, it wasn't the best at all.
It was horrible.
I didn't get in for 2 hours. It was mayhem. They didn't know how to control. It was like, is this your picture?
Yeah.
But I got to meet a mega star in Tyson Fury, so for me, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Absolute mega star. Got my money back for who I didn't meet and the signings I didn't get. So wasn't the best, but Love of Wrestling definitely. If you can get there next year to Manchester, definitely go there. You get your picture, walk around, it's ready. There you go. They give it to you in seconds. Not is this you?
No,
and you get to meet the wrestlers for free. Unlike WrestleFest, you get to meet the wrestlers completely for free, and maybe even get pictures for free. That's all a lot of the people doing it. So
40 quid a picture one day WrestleFest. Jeez, not cheap.
Somebody like the Mountie or Harry Smith probably would be 30, 40, 20, maybe 30 at Love of Wrestling, but probably 20.
There's not many wrestlers I pay 40 quid to get a photo with, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big wrestling fan, but 40 quid for a photo is
40 for the Mountie, not too bad. He's a legend. So I think Harry Smith was 30, not too bad.
Like, have you seen the picture? I can't remember where it was now, but it was a convention with Sasha. Have you seen the pictures of Sasha Banks? She's like taking pictures of the fans, but she's like a foot away from them. So like, what is the point of having a photo with Sasha Banks? Like she's there, and then and then you're like the other side of the picture. It's like,
why? COVID's still a thing, but nowhere near as it was 2 years ago. So what?
It's hilarious.
I think
you pay 40 quid for that. I wouldn't pay 40. No.
I'd at least want to shake her hand. I don't want to.
You've seen my photoshops. I photoshop myself into pictures all the time. It's fine.
I'd at least want to say hello properly and shake her hand. At least do that. I've actually met Sasha Banks and got to actually meet her properly. There you go.
Oh, nice. Oh, she actually stood next to you, didn't stand
the same company that does Love of Wrestling did something before. After Raw and SmackDown, we're in Manchester. Sasha Banks, Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins were there. The club were there. So I met all of those. It cost me hundreds. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I was at the press conference with Logan Paul. I was at the Logan Paul press conference right there with Paige. It was a mad time.
I bet it was. I met a Logan Paul lookalike, kind of, at the WrestleMania watch party we went to in Manchester. He looked a bit like him. I got a picture with him.
Was it Jake Paul, his brother?
He looked a bit like him. Then the night after, he dressed as Bray as a fiend. He looked a lot better as a fiend. So I'm going to put another quick video and then we'll talk about your channel and a few other things if you want.
Yeah, sounds good.
So yes, Andy, Folney, all of that. And I should have kind of started the interview with this question, but you want to tell people like about yourself and your
Yeah.
job, or be as give as much information or as little information as you like.
So my name's Lewis, aka Potato Chief, which was what my channel was called for about 10 years. Recently rebranded to Potato Pro Wrestling, mainly because my channel was Potato Chief for a while, which was wrestling content and video game content. Now I have a new channel which is called X Marks the Box, which is my Xbox channel. And I've also got Potato Pro Wrestling, which is my wrestling channel. So I've kind of just split my videos into two different channels to try and make it a bit easy to grow. I'm really close to 5,000 subscribers, and I've been close to 5,000 subscribers for about a year now. And I'm like, can we just get there? I just want to get across the line. It was so frustrating to be so close. But yeah, I mainly do wrestling reactions, and I try and do like news and topical things as well, and I maybe try and maybe start doing a podcast quite soon. Yeah, that's my
So yeah, there's the link, and you did send me a couple of pictures, just very quickly show those. Yeah. 1 second.
Oh, good.
There we go. So yeah, we'll show that one first. So that's your logo. I had to edit a little bit, if you can see the grade, because it wouldn't upload, so I just had to put that on it so it would upload. And this one.
That's my logo. So if you see that logo, that's me. I started to mainly wrestling content. I reacted to I do SmackDown reactions, Raw reactions, pay-per-view reactions, and then occasional AEW stuff if something actually interesting happens. And then I also well, I don't know. CM Punk losing to Moxley within like 8 minutes. That was interesting. I enjoyed doing that reaction.
Yeah. Well, okay.
And then I thought that was quite good too.
Okay, interesting stuff does happen. I'm not completely doing AWC. Then it's you. 30 seconds. I'll explain. I'm not saying it's awful. It's useless and nothing interesting happens. Interesting stuff does happen. AEW is good, but a weekly basis. No. Anyway.
No, I react to basically mainly WWE stuff, and then obviously breaking news if there's like a release or something, or like
and your Twitter.
Happens. And there's my Twitter, at Potato Chief. So it's the same as my channel, Potato Chief.
Give me a second here to show this. There we go. So I want 1 second.
It's my Xbox podcast.
Modern technology, Jesus Christ. There we go. Podcast. There's the logo. There's the link. I have watched some of it. I'm not the biggest gamer. I very rarely play anything really. 2K. That's about it. I did play Rumbleverse, if you've heard of that.
Oh, Rumbleverse. Yes, I have heard of Rumbleverse. Yeah.
We should do it. It's kind of wrestling, so I thought, I'll play that free.
If you want to ever talk about WWE 2K, we can do a video on that. That'd be funny. It's Xbox stuff basically. I'm a big Xbox fan, so I talk about Xbox with my friends on there. Basically, I've been a guest on this PlayStation podcast a couple of times called In PS We Trust. And we just talked about PlayStation. I was like, well, I'm an Xbox person, not a PlayStation person. So I started my own podcast basically as like a competitor almost. So like I started my own brand, as you do on the AEW of podcasting. Xbox the Box is an Xbox podcast, but then we do talk about Nintendo and PlayStation quite a lot. So
I've got an Xbox myself, an Xbox One. Xbox One.
I got the Series X at the moment. I also have a PS5 and a Switch, so I play a lot of video games. Video games and wrestling are my two favorite things in the world. So
2K 22 was the last one. Very good graphics, fantastic graphics.
It was one of the best wrestling games in a while. It's been a while since they've been. Like last year's one was awful. It just didn't even work.
Story, don't you play story mode? It's all right, but after a while, it's very repetitive. Just kind of keep doing the same storyline. Very much like WWE. Well, very much like WWE before Vince left. That's what the game is like.
I like GM mode. GM mode's fun.
It's all right.
I've always enjoyed GM mode. Yeah.
And for some reason, got the Supercard game in a video game. Why?
Yeah,
who cares? It's not the best wrestling game ever. Graphics wise, definitely. Gameplay wise, it's all right.
So, what would you say is your favorite wrestling game? I know I'm interviewing you now, but what's your favorite wrestling game of all time?
Graphics wise, 2K22. Gameplay wise, probably 2K19. I think it was much easier to pick up and play.
See, mine's WWF.
Here Comes the Pain. Here Comes the Pain had everything. I thought that was good.
It's great, yeah. But No Mercy on the N64 is the peak of wrestling video games. But then Attitude Era again.
The graphics then, the graphics now.
Oh yeah. When you play 2K stuff, it's brilliant.
When you're playing 2K22, it actually sometimes looks like TV. It's like, oh, this is very, very good.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you'll be getting 2K23 next year.
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's one of the. I try not to buy games every year, but wrestling I do. Yeah, that is one of the things I'm addicted to. Yeah.
You'll be getting the AW game.
I don't know. It looks a bit weird. I probably will. Yeah, I'll try.
I'll get it. Yeah. I'll get it because it's wrestling, but
same.
The graphics is like the graphics are like Here Comes the Pain graphics. It's like really.
Yeah. Could do a review on it maybe. I'm not sure. See how I feel. Yeah. Should be interesting.
It'll be one of those I'll pick up and play and go, oh, this is decent. I'll play it again, and then never play again. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they're a good game and they get me interested, they're like, no.
Yeah. So I'm a big gamer. That's like obviously the wrestling channel is my main channel, but then I have the Xbox. The box is almost like my side project. So yeah, also I have an Xbox box as a Twitter as well. If anyone's interested in that as well. So.
And and do check out everybody, the people watching. Check out the description. I put it all in there as well. And you also do have this. I was meant to put the picture up first. Here we go. That your Patreon. Let me put the link.
Join Potato Club today. 2 sweets. Yeah, the Potato Club obviously is a play on the Bullet Club, but yeah, it's my Patreon. Basically, if you want to get your name in the credits and a shout out, just my video is literally just £1 a month, and you become a YouTube member or a Patreon. It's pretty simple. It's essentially I want to try and do this more full time. If I could do this full time, it'd be brilliant. Not quite at that level yet, so I have to still work a regular job to keep the bills coming in and to keep paying the bills, But if I had enough patrons and if I got over my 5,000 subscribers and started getting regular decent views, I could do it full time and I could do more content. Then that's the thing, more content for you guys. If I get
everybody head over to his Patreon. £1, it's nothing nowadays. Most patrons are £5 or even more nowadays. Or some people even do like, unless you do a super chat, you're not getting your comment read out. Okay. I do free shout outs just for the fact that why not? And I can't be bothered setting anything up. And
I mean, I'll reply. I reply to every single comment I get on YouTube. So if you obviously want me to, if you want to get your name at the end of the video as on the credits. Then your name would be on every single video I do, or every reaction video I do. Will have your name at the end for just £1 a month. So
that's cool.
So but then obviously, I appreciate everyone, even if you just subscribe or just comment. I am more than happy. I'm happy with that as well. Any little helps. You don't have to give me money, but if you want, that would be nice.
Well, with where the countries at the moment,
exactly. I can
the economy at the moment. It's too political to talk about, but I'll take about 10 seconds. Just everything's going up and it's mayhem. There you go. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, Yeah, very much. It's not cheap. That's essentially why I'm doing Patreon, because I'm struggling to pay the bills as well. So,
And
so,
very quickly, was it you that sent me the link for the guy that went to WrestleFest and didn't meet Brett, or did meet Brett? Was it you?
yeah,
No?
I think it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So very quickly, for the people that don't know, the guy went to WrestleFest, waited 3 hours to meet Brett, which isn't long. If that's a hero, I'd wait 3 weeks to meet The Rock. I wouldn't, but 3 hours to meet The Rock, that's nothing. But anyway, guy waited 3 hours, very quickly got a picture and got out, and that was it. He wanted a signing, didn't get one. And see if that's your hero, that's a very bad experience. You met him, or you met your hero, but because I think somebody was getting 15 signings. Like, what?
No.
I get one, maybe two, usually one, or none. 15. Poor Brett signing them, holding the queue up. It's money to the company, so of course you're going to say yeah, but he was clearly selling them on eBay. Someone went to Love of Wrestling this year for Trish Stratus. People were getting like 10 signs. Like, why? I've got one. Get one signed, pictured, out. So certainly check out his podcast. Like I said, I'm not the biggest gamer, but I still watch it. So if people are a gamer, PlayStation, Xbox, or any other game out there, console out there, certainly watch it.
We talk about other stuff as well. It's like British culture in general, just have a little chat. So we will go off on random tangents as well. So, hopefully it's entertaining, even if you're not a wrestling gaming fan. So,
and I've seen that you at the moment doing reactions to videos and lives and things like that. So again, I'm not a gamer, so I don't really know what it is. Wrestling, and then I'm kind of lost.
There's a couple of gaming shows that came up last week, but it's a rarity. Like WrestleMania is E3 is like WrestleMania for gaming, where it's all the new stuff.
I've heard of E3, obviously,
yeah.
E3.
They had like another. It was like almost like a smaller version of that, so essentially like SummerSlam of video games. Then the Japanese Tokyo Game Show, where they had a couple of other stuff that I reacted to. So we thought we might as well react to it. Some easy content.
And speaking of podcasts, I went to kind of, again, the same company that does Love Wrestling, MediaCon, and people from, What Culture? Was it What Culture? Might mean What Culture. What Culture are there? Cultaholic. It was Cultaholic. People were there. I was cool. Kenny McIntosh, have you heard of Kenny McIntosh?
Yeah. Look, Kenny,
Impact guys were there, or UK guys were there. That was good. They had Impact there as well, so watched that. That was good. And then it's turned into Love of Wrestling. So Lewis or anybody else, if you can get there, just it's expensive for you getting to Manchester, and it's a 2-night thing, maybe even 3-night thing. I think they're looking to do something on the Friday, so it might be quite expensive, but definitely worth it. Carlito, Booker T, Charmel, the Barbarian, the Warlord, Santino Marella, and Terry Runnels are booked so far. So not the biggest lineup. They did have Cena this year in Wales at the Comic Con, so hopefully they get Cena next year. You're looking at 187 quid for a photo if you want one with him, which is worth it for who he is. For who John Cena is, I think that's again, it is what it is. It's to some people nearly 200 quid for a photo. That's expensive, but for who Cena is, not really.
You can't see him though. That's the thing.
It depends on the person. It's if you're one of these people that think 200 quid for a photo. My mum thinks 200 quid for a photo. That's ridiculous for whoever. Doesn't matter. John Cena. It could be The Rock. 200 quid for a photo.
Yeah,
but for who Cena is, it's cheap.
You can't see Cena though. That's the thing. So it's like.
187 for autographs. I'll probably get both. That's 400 quid.
You pay £187 for a picture of Cena, and what will happen? You'll put it on your Facebook, and everyone will go, "Why did you take a picture of yourself?" There's someone there. It's like no one's going to give you.
In mine, I'd get him, but they had him for the Wales Comic Con. They might do. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a Wales Comic Con coming up soon, and they've got Johnny Gargano, William Regal, Brian Danielson. There's a couple of people going to that one.
Kurt Angle, Godfather. I've luckily met Kurt. Yeah. Luckily met Kurt, Regal, and Godfather, so I've been very lucky.
Oh, and Godfather, yeah. See, you know it better than I do. I was just
yeah, I know someone said he might get scammed. Wales Comic Con is good. Any Comic Con, I don't know if you've been to Comic Con.
The one who said you might get scammed, that was my friend Dean.
I don't know if you've been to Comic Con before. Have you been to Comic Con before? Yeah. No. You're looking at hours and hours of queuing.
Oh, fun. My favorite.
You have stuff going on, so like you can, very quickly. If it's like Love of Wrestling, they'll have a schedule, and not like WrestleFest where, well, if you get your photo, you get your photo, and it might happen. If it's 10 a.m., that's what time it is. You get your photo for definite. There's usually other stuff to do. They usually do 2 queues. You can kind of go back to the later one that won't be as busy. It's usually not cheap. I don't know what Gargano will be. Kurt Angle, I think he was either 40 or 50 at Love of Wrestling. For who Kurt Angle is, that's cheap.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to spend the money, you want to spend the money. These things aren't cheap. So
they ain't cheap, no.
Not at all. $2,000 I spent for Love of Wrestling, staying over, the train, travel, going out to eat.
So you live in Manchester, or you said live just outside?
About
Manchester?
30 miles away. No, that was Liverpool. This year was Liverpool.
Okay. Fair enough.
In Manchester next year, which is easier for me to get to. I won't be as expensive.
Yeah.
£2,000. That was most of it was signings and autographs. Because there were big stars. Sting were there. Bray were there. Bray had the longest queue. Massive. Wow. Jesus.
Wow.
Kurt Angle missed his Q&A. The queue was so big. Trish Stratus had a long queue. Braun.
Wow.
And then other people like Earl Hebner. I don't like queuing. I don't think anybody does. But it's like straight to the front. Got my autograph. Great. So it was cool for me. But I thought, am I the only one here? Poor Earl. Leland Garcia the same. Candice Michelle the same. Tori the same. I just thought.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Good for me, but bad for the wrestler.
Yeah, I forgot his name now. The $1 Million Man's assistant. I forgot his name. Virgil.
IRS. He was there. I met him as well.
Whenever I see Virgil.
Virgil.
He has a massive. Basically, he'll have no one queuing for him ever. It's like he's always
because
his own. Poor guy.
He tried to sell anything to anybody, and like just if you take a picture of him, he goes, right, I charge you for that. Like what? He tries to get money out of anybody. Or he'll sign other people's pictures and put his autograph in it and charge you for it. It's like, okay. I met him and he told me he'd be in a movie with The Rock. I was just like, yeah, of course you are, dude. Yeah, okay. Legend. So it's cool to meet him. Full of crap.
Yeah. Fair.
He'll try and sell anybody to anything. It's like that's why and that's what he's about, making money. But it shouldn't just be about that.
No, exactly. There's a lot of wrestlers are like that. Though, it's about the money.
Well, it's their job, of course. They're not really doing nothing for free. These wrestlers are Gargano, Regal, they ain't coming to the coming on for nothing. They get very well paid for it, but it is not just about the money to them. Regal's great to meet, great guy. Kurt, when I met him, again, legend, but he sat down halfway through the photos. I just thought, oh, Jesus, felt sorry for him. Godfather, he's good to meet. So if you can go, like I said, you're probably queuing for hours. And it'll be expensive, but up to you, I suppose. You won't get scammed like WrestleFest. That was a one-off. I can't ever see you in another WrestleFest ever again. If there is,
No.
he's really going to have to make it up to the fans, like book somebody like The Rock and give it for free.
Yeah.
Somebody like that.
It was mad. Yeah, every single person I spoke to did not have a good experience. So that says something.
Yeah, be very sharp. Very, very sharp. Well, are WB going to be in Cardiff again anytime soon? Apparently, we're getting a SummerSlam next year, but that's only rumours.
I mean, like Cardiff's against, the Millennium Stadium is a big stadium, as you've been there. So, the Principality, sorry. It used to be called the Millennium Stadium. They renamed it recently, but that's a good stadium for them to do. I think that's about the right size. They could go to like Wembley, but then that's like what?
Well, Triple H put out a tweet saying how great Clash of the Castle was. I don't know if you saw the stats. All the number one trending the world, biggest gate for a non-WrestleMania, all of this. And Triple H was saying, where next? So it's probably the England, but that's a guess. Probably. If it's a SummerSlam, I'm definitely going.
Scotland, England, who knows?
And Corey Graves said there might be a Mania. There's a bit more of a better chance now of getting a Mania here. Not a definite yes, we're getting one, but more of a better chance.
Here's the big question: where do you see them doing a WrestleMania first? Here or in Saudi Arabia?
Do they need to do one in Saudi when they're getting paid $50 million a show?
I don't know.
Here, I would have said here, really. But then again, the time difference. I think it's the same time difference, is it not? I think Saudi. Well, the events here for Saudi are about 5-6 p.m., which is good for me. Because I don't like staying up till 4 a.m. in the morning watching wrestling.
Yeah.
The AEW pay-per-views, I think it was 5:30. I was like, oh, jeez, end. Because I watched Clash. Don't want to Clash, then watch Worlds Collide, and then all I was like, oh, dying by the end.
I'm assuming a lot of your viewers are American fans like us. You don't realize how lucky you are in America. You guys, we have to get up early hours in the morning to watch your shows. You just like go, we'll watch it at normal time and then go to bed at a normal time. We have to watch it like 4:00 in the morning. It's ridiculous.
Well, you don't. That's why a lot of people. That's why I don't get the views nowadays. Because it's not. Well, okay. Before Vince left, it wasn't as good, so people were watching it the day after, just fast forwarding through it. One of my friends said it takes him about 5 minutes to run through Raw because there's nothing good on it. It'll stop if there's anything interesting, but no.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. As I work 4 days a week as well, so I can't afford to be up 8 hours in the morning. But that's usually what I do. I'll watch the fast forward through it the next day. Usually, that's the best way to do it. Unfortunately.
Oh, the highlights on YouTube, and that's what people can just watch it on the go, or just fast forward, or whatever. That's why YouTube does so well.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Triple H era? I think it's a lot better to watch now.
Oh, a lot better. It's so much better. Like I think I said this during your review of Clash of the Castle, is that you like stuff like the main event. You have so many like intertwining storylines. Like you got Karrion Kross there. You don't know if Bray's going to come back. Is Drew going to win the title? Is Roman going to retain? You got the third Uso showing up. Yeah, Mike. You had the Money in the Bank cash in. You had Tyson Fury. Like it's so much like what you don't know what's going. There's like so many like intertwining storylines. Just fantastic, it's much better written as well. I feel like long-term storyline is going to be more of a thing now.
Hit Raw, Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano's back.
Yeah.
Michael Cole's a lot better at commentary. They can say the word wrestling, wrestler.
Well, with Vince, it was always during the Attitude Era. It was always, what's Austin doing? What's Stone Cold doing? That's it. It's like, oh, what about the rest of the show? Oh, he only cares what Austin was doing, and then it was what's John Cena doing and what's Roman doing. He only cares about one guy at a time, and that's it with Vince.
Well, is that a bad thing if you're concerned about your moneymaker?
Yeah.
You're the guy that makes the money, the face of the company. Is that a bad thing? Not really, but I get what you're saying. I bet he starts to go like Johnny Gargano, who?
Exactly. I feel like Triple H looks over the entire show and tries to make everything work together. And then you have intertwining storylines and stuff, which make it more interesting plot points going forward. I think is much more.
Main roster to NXT, and it's like, when NXT doesn't get the viewers, is that a good thing?
If it's NXT, like classic NXT, then yes, because it was awesome. And I
But
don't care.
but NXT doesn't get the views. You're bringing up Hit Raw, and yeah, people knew who they are, but people are like, who's Hit Raw? Because they don't know who they are, and talented. But if you don't know who they are, you bring them up.
Yeah, you've got to build up some new talent though. Like the current roster's a bit barren, a bit bland at the moment. They need more star power. I know they kind of, again, the Vince thing is he builds up one guy. You know, they need to build up a couple more people now, especially as you said. As soon as Roman's done with this feud, when he drops that belt, where they're going from there, like you need someone.
Definitely, you need credible, legitimate people. Because now you think, yeah, Reigns is winning every single match he's in till Mania. If he faces The Rock, he's beating The Rock. So it's like, yes, but then he gets the views and people want to see that and people want him to win. So is that a bad thing?
Yeah. I mean,
it is and it isn't.
I mean, it's Roman's at the top and then like Cody, I guess, and then everyone else. I mean, like literally, I mean, that's literally what it's like. And it feels like they're trying to build a Braun again, maybe. I'm not sure. Logan Paul, some reason, is up there. Which I'm like, oh, I know he has a following, but God, no, please.
The fans love Reigns, don't want Reigns to lose. Some fans will be happy with Reigns being champion forever and never losing it. Should he be champion forever and never lose it? Well, no, that would just not make any sense at all. But some people want that, and he's making money and he's getting all these views, and so why not have him win every match? But it's obvious. So
will he be able to surpass Bruno Sammartino? That's the question.
No, but not at all. If he loses at Mania, that's 945 days, which is still incredible in nowadays wrestling.
Yeah, that's insane.
But if he beats, but if he beats The Rock, I can't see him carrying on. If he beats The Rock, what's left? He just throws the title down on Raw, and that's it. You beat The Rock.
I mean, so they always say with when Bruno lost the title in Madison Square Gardens, the whole place went like dead quiet and everyone was like shocked. And the only thing they've had anywhere near that level since was the Undertaker losing his streak with the guy in the front row, like. And that, like that guy.
Very quickly, it clashed when Dominic turned heel. People were like the Undertaker's just lost. Anyway, go on.
No, but it's like, so it feels like Roman Reigns' title reign, they almost building this up like this, the new streak. That's why it feels like to me. They want it to be a big moment when he finally loses. And I think it's the only way, that's the only time that's going to happen is at Mania. He's not going to lose it at some random B pay-per-view or on a Raw or a SmackDown. He's going to lose it at a big pay-per-view, and that's going to be a big moment when it happens. And like, I don't know if they're going to take the title off him if he gets injured, because they dislocated his shoulder at WrestleMania, and they just kept the title on him. So I'm not sure what they're.
Why would you take away the titles from the main star? If he beats The Rock, which I think he's going to do, that's the match. The Rock's free, his schedule's free, it's in Hollywood. The Rock's the biggest name in the world. Why would you not use him? And he could have been safe match with Roman. I think he beats The Rock and he runs the title down, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, he beats The Rock, and then we have to wait another year for him to lose to Cody.
I think he comes out on Raw and just throws the titles down. Unless he faces Cody at Mania. You could have Cody win the Rumble and Cody win, but then would you not do Rock Reigns?
It's hard. Yeah. I feel like they need to take the title off him to have the Rock match, but they're not going to do that. They've already said that he's going to hold the title for the Rock match, which makes no sense to me, because I feel like you don't need the belt. It's not needed. It's a two-night WrestleMania.
He'd beat The Rock anyway, but having the titles on the line, definitely going to beat The Rock.
Yeah. Like, it's a two-night WrestleMania. Maybe you have Cody beat Roman on the first night and everyone's shocked, and then Roman comes out and defeats Rock the next night is like almost like to make up for losing. I don't know.
Reigns be the main event and Cody gets his moment?
Yeah, I'm saying Cody Roman Reigns main event tonight 1, Rock Roman main event tonight 2, possibly.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can see happening.
yeah.
That's the only logical way I can see him dropping
Yeah.
the title this year. Otherwise, I'm seeing him holding it until the next WrestleMania, which is insane.
Yeah, because Rock Reigns is a money match. See, I think Cody Reigns should be the match on night 2, and Cody should get his moment. But then, Rock Reigns is a money match. Yeah, if he did that, Cody's champion and he beat The Rock, so does it matter that he lost? No, he just beat The Rock. So yeah, good idea.
I mean, that's probably. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? The only thing, I honestly feel like the most likely scenario of Roman Reigns losing the title is to lose it to vacant. I can see him lose, so it happens, a random freak injury when he's out for 3, 4 months, or 5 months, or 6 months. CM Punk held the title for 5 days total because he got injured twice when he won the titles. It happened. Seth Rollins had a really long run and then he lost it. He had to vacate the title because he injured his knee in Ireland, I think it was. Literally, when he was on the run of his career. John Cena had to drop his title because he was injured. Batista, it happens. So
I bet if Roman, let's say, got injured in Saudi, they'd still keep the title name until Mania and just have him wrestle when he can, the Rumble or something, or whenever, or just not wrestle at all. He doesn't wrestle anywhere.
You're right. Actually, that's a good point. Bruno Sammartino was injured a lot during his 5,000-day title reigns, and they still kept the belt on him. So, but they're obviously different times. WWE.
And people say Roman Reigns doesn't wrestle. Good. You want him wrestling every week because then he's not a star, and who's left for him if he's on Raw, SmackDown every single week wrestling? He's like, another match.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan didn't wrestle week in, week out when he was champion.
True.
So
we kind of transitioned into that kind of title reign now. Like the part-time champion has become more of a thing ever since Brock did it. The Rock did it and Brock did it, and now Roman's doing it. It seems to be kind of how the titles portrayed now. It's like it is a special event. They only have wrestled at certain shows, so they need to. I feel like I need to elevate the IC and the US titles more and put more emphasis on them. Otherwise, you do have a couple of pay-per-views that feel like they're not even worth watching at the moment. So it's a hard balance. It's a hard balance.
Yeah, you've got the head of the table, the tribal chief, the face of the company. He's going to be facing Kofi Kingston on SmackDown. Really? That's what you do, you big star. Just imagine Hulk Hogan facing.
It's true.
Repo Man back in the day when he was champion for over 1,000 days. You'd be like, really?
Yeah. I mean, you have Roman Reigns, tribal chief, and all that. It's great, but then you go, okay, Extreme Rules is coming up. What are we gonna put as the main event of Extreme Rules? I don't know.
I think
Riddle versus Seth.
I think it'd be Drew versus Cross, or it might be if the tag title's on the line. I would have thought that, or Drew versus Cross. I think.
Yeah, it's like is that probably. Really gonna? Is that gonna put butts in seats? I don't know.
It's not anyway. It's a B pay-per-view. People don't care about Extreme Rules, but
yeah, true.
Who else can be the main event?
Roman.
He's not there.
Roman can be the main event. He should though.
Extreme Rules.
I don't know. I mean,
still, you don't care whether they get butts in seats. They're $1 billion company. They couldn't kill us if nobody watches.
I guess we're past the point where it's the Attitude Era when literally the title will change hands every other week, and title reigns will literally be 30 days and stuff like that. And it's now titles are long term.
750 days. Wow!
I still can't believe he's he made CM Punk's title reign look like nothing. His 4-3-4 title reign was such a big deal at the time. It was the longest reign in modern history and stuff like that. And now it's we doubled that.
Incredible. For 35 years, no one has held the title. Who's held it longer? Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund, Pedro Morales, and Bruno Sammartino. Think about that. Hall of Famers. Think about the company he's in.
Yeah. That's insane.
Wow.
Will he beat is it Pedro Morales is next on the list, I think? Will he beat Pedro Morales? I think that's next. He's next on the list.
Either way, I think he gives us
1,000 odd days-ish.
Yeah.
He could do it.
loses at Mania, it's down 145 by Mania. So no, that's 945 is still damn good.
It's insane.
Nothing to be like. You only held yourself for 945 days. Pathetic. I don't think people are saying that.
We're saying that, but we all know Logan Paul's winning in Saudi Arabia. It's happening. He's going to land that frog splash. And they're going to be like, YouTuber wins WWE Universal Championship, and it's going to be all over social media, and it's going to be insane. And I'm like,
if that was Vince, yes. But it's Triple H. Did Vince even know who Logan Paul was? Probably not.
If he was Vince Russo, definitely.
Did Vince even know who Logan Paul was when he walked through the door? Highly doubtful.
Triple H didn't know who he was either, apparently. In an interview with him.
But Vince didn't know at all. I think Triple H knew a lot more than Vince did.
True.
I think that's why, Triple H on the press conference said he heard that Logan and Jake Paul were fans, and that's why he brought Logan Paul in.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
And
if Logan wins,
good.
I will lose my
Floyd
mind.
Mayweather was holding you up, but I'm gonna smash you. You come to the island. Yeah, he just so good. And I think Reigns got a lot better at his promos and a lot better speaker and everything.
Oh yeah, he's much better as a heel. Much better as a heel. When he's not saying stuff about tater tots and all that, he's a much better. He's much better, you know. What was like the Bugs Bunny line he did? I can't even remember now. Like
suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash. That's it. Yeah. Oh no! Why?
I'm forgetting his lines in the promo. Where that was good when John Cena said, "If you want to be the big dog, you want to remember how to do a promo, kid." That was good.
Yeah. This is good stuff.
But the best conference ever, Reigns, Clash of the Castle. Acknowledge me. Walks off.
Oh, it's so good. He's awesome. I really like Roman Reigns. If Logan Paul wins, I'm going to lose my mind. He better not. I swear to God. Even if he gets a competitive match with Logan Paul, I'm going to be annoyed because
I think it will be. I don't think it's going to be punch, spear, guillotine, 1, 2, 3. I think it will be good. Logan Paul's good. Look at his match at Mania. Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
But this is an attraction match. It's an easy win for Reigns. Logan Paul's a big name, gets a lot of eyes on the product, and that's purely what it's about.
In my head, though, it's just like when you had Tyson and Austin in the ring back in the Attitude Era, it was like Tyson Austin was built up. But the match was Austin, Shawn Michaels, and Tyson was just like on the outside. I feel like
still a mega name, though.
I know, but I'm saying you could have had Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens or something, and then have Logan Paul in ringside, and it would have worked. Or like special referee or a special enforcer, and I feel like that would have worked just as well if you built it up. The same way. I don't know. I feel weird that you've put in
Reigns, Owens, the main event Saturday.
You know,
if you really take eyes on the product, that's the one and only reason. That's it.
If you put YouTubers in there, I'm next in line. Okay, so Roman, I'm challenging you to a title match at the next pay-per-view.
You have to go and box Floyd Mayweather and get as big as Logan Paul and
I'm 6'5". I'm a big dude.
Conquer the world like he seemed to have done, and
I'm just as athletic as Almost or Great Khali. I'm sure I could do all right.
Apparently, Goldberg almost is a ruined match for Saudi. Ugh.
Oh my God, no!
that's the rumors.
I'm a big guy. I can put up a decent match against Roman Reigns. One spear and I'm gone. Probably, but you know what I'm saying.
And also rumored Lesnar Lashley. That'll be good, but does
Lesnar would be pretty
does Lesnar go after the US title? Surely not.
No. I'm not much of a. I don't know. I'm not much of a Saudi show fan. I try not to watch the Saudi shows because like politically, it feels weird watching the Saudi shows. But I don't know. We'll have to.
Probably just glorified house shows. Glorified house shows with these dream matches on, or these matches you never thought you'd ever see.
Yeah.
Doesn't really interrupt the storylines in any way. Really, they're just there to make money, and that's it.
Yeah, I've had the Universal title change hands in a Saudi show before, though.
Oh, the Fiend.
Yeah, so and Goldberg squashing the Fiend. Oh my god!
How could how could the Fiend come back from that and then RKO Mania wanted that's why he can never come back as the Fiend. He got buried.
Yeah, new character.
So when's your next podcast? When's your next videos? Do you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, so I obviously did a video about the press conference with Logan Paul that's just gone up yesterday. Probably my next video will be tomorrow morning, Raw reaction. Whatever happens on Raw tonight, I'll be reacting to tomorrow morning. So if anything happens on Raw, you know where to check it out, and you'll see me going, or shocked.
I think Rollins Lashley will be good tonight. Owens Theory, that'll be all right.
Yeah, I want to try and do more content, but obviously, because I work full time, I trying to find time to do it. But I really want to do a video on this is like exclusive for you guys because I've not told anyone this really. I want to do a video about is there any way Roman could take over Bruno Sammartino's run? I want to analyze the dates and how long it would take and how many. I want to try.
Another 6 years. So Mania 45.
Yeah. I think it'd be a fun video. I'm going to look into it, but obviously it's not likely to happen. But I think it'd be an interesting video. So that's what we're going to be working on in the next week or so, hopefully.
There are those people out there that want it to happen.
Yeah.
Do I think it should happen? Yes, why not? I suppose, but that would just be ridiculous. Then who would beat him? Like, it'd just be everybody.
Exactly.
So when's your next podcast? You've for Xbox.
Oh yeah, the Xbox the Box podcast is on audio feeds on a Wednesday night, but it goes live on Thursday nights at 5 p.m. every week.
You and your friend Alice, I think. Yeah.
The best podcast hosted by a fat Welshman and his Cornish friend. That's what our tagline. We're quite small. It's a newish podcast and it's quite small. So if you guys would like to check it out, I would really appreciate it because we're only at 11 subscribers at the moment. We are really brand new.
So yeah, certainly then all the gamers out there, if you like your gaming, PS4, Xbox, whatever, certainly go and check it out. Like I said, the description is in the link is in the description, and obviously I've shown the links and everything. And then people can contact me and I'll let them know more. So yeah, only 11. So yeah, that certainly needs to grow, I think. Like you said, you're only a new podcast, so it's not going to be overnight.
No.
These things take. I've been doing this years, and I'm not even at 300 subscribers. So
yeah, I was at the same. It took me a very long time for my YouTube to grow. I've been doing YouTube for about 11 years now, and I'm nearly at 5,000 subscribers. But it took a very long time to get past 300. For some reason, that's a hard point.
I'm at 237, so I'm not like the biggest YouTuber ever at all.
No, you'll get there, I'm sure. It's hard work. Consistency is the key when it comes to YouTube. If you're there constantly, you'll eventually get the news. So yeah. And
I know you've asked about us doing a podcast. I don't know if you want to do that. Like I say, StreamYard is 21 a month, but if you're doing a lot of videos like I do, it's certainly worth it. And you can do things like this and got links up, bring people in, take people out, videos a lot. So it's worth it. I don't know if 21's too much for you or not, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss it offline. Really, I just obviously need to come up with a name and obviously we like a day that's suitable for both of us each week because obviously we want to try and do it regularly. If it's not worth doing a podcast if you're just going to do it as like a one-off. You really want to try and make sure you can. Yeah, you want to make sure it's something you could do consistently. So it's something we need to look into and figure out like a schedule and stuff. And but we'll definitely.
All about the greatness of AEW.
Yes.
Your friend Dean would probably enjoy that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
very quickly before we finish up, I like AEW. I'm not saying they're bad, they're all for the crap or anything. They're good. AEW are good. But are they good as WWE? When John them the same? No, I don't. The pay-per-views are good, but they're so long. It's like, and they're saying they're going to go to 2 days. Please go to 2 days. It'll be a lot easier to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Only a marathon. Like every match is just another one.
Yeah, 4 hours long each match. No.
Yeah, every match just goes a distance. It's like, there's never a quick match. There's never a squash match. Well, there is a squash match in AW, Punk and Moxley, but very rarely. In the three going on for 4 years they've been going. Like, when they first started, I thought this is competition for WWE. You have Bret Hart, you have Chris Jericho, you have Moxley. I thought, yeah, this is competition. Now, not so much.
I think it's still competition. I've not watched it as much as I used to, but I probably will react to AEW this week because we're going to get a new champion this week, so that's going to be interesting. I think Bryan's should win it, but we'll see.
WWE make 50 million in one Saudi show. AEW is not competition at all. to the mark, it is. To real wrestling fans, no.
I suppose so, yeah. I mean, I feel like this is the closest we got to a rivalry since the WCW days, though. When Impact tried to run up against WWE, they didn't even come close. I mean, they do still get million each. They get like million plus views every time, AEW still. So, it's better it always does better than NXT, but it's obviously still not competing with SmackDown and Raw at the moment. But,
And they beat NXT and Triple H. So you beat our developmental. Yeah. Well done.
I think they might have took over Raw at one point, but since Triple H took over Raw, it's become much more entertaining to watch. And now Raw will steam ahead again now. But there was a point where Raw was going like that and AEW was going like that, and they weren't going to take each other over. But I don't think that's going to happen now because Raw is actually decent to watch now.
And kind of another couple of final questions. I went to watch GCW on Saturday. Have you heard of GCW, Game Changer Wrestling?
No, I saw your video. I saw your pictures and videos on your channel. Though it looked like a good night out. Looked like a good show.
It's an indie American show that mostly like hardcore wrestling, not really my type of thing. Like when the match is just full of blood and full of glass and that's not wrestling. But it was good, really good.
Yeah, I used to be a huge fan of ECW back in the day, but obviously since I got a bit older, I've kind of gone off the hardcore stuff myself. Yeah, I kind of agree.
There was a match where somebody had wear light tubes and throwing darts in someone's back, and good to watch. Yeah. But I thought this isn't wrestling.
No. Headlocks, so, you like headlocks and you grapple.
No, but not like a match just full of blood and full of glass and no real skill. It's like it's good. It has its place. It's good for a show like that. There's one matches like that. It was good. It was really good to watch. But if you have 10 matches like that, that'd be awful.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's good. Like AEW, you've got your hardcore stuff in every single bloody match. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's good on occasion, but not every single match should be like that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so what are you doing for the rest of the day? Have you got any plans? I think the funeral's still going, I think.
So, yeah, probably watch the end of the funeral. Everything's closed. So I was like, I could go cinema. No, it's closed. I can go out for food. No, it's closed. Not got much planned. Probably walk the dog in a minute and then try and go. I think the shops reopen at 5 o'clock, so I'll probably go shopping to get some food and stuff in. But yeah.
What dog have you got and what's it called?
Her name's Pebble. She's 13. She's half collie, half retriever.
Probably half what?
Retriever.
Retriever. Is it little?
Yeah. No, she's
little.
No, she's about medium size. She's sleeping next to me. I'm trying to get her to move, but she's sleeping, so never mind.
I've got a dog called Roxy, of course, after the Rock, Roxy. Staffy, rescue dog. Is yours a rescue dog or?
No, she's from a farm in Newport, so yeah, she's half. Well, basically, my mum's favorite dogs were. She grew up with a collie and she grew up with a Labrador, so she thought, "Oh, it's a cross between the two. This is gonna be perfect." And then she has basically the worst habits of both dogs. So she's very naughty, but she's 13 now. She's still acts like a puppy.
Old, that's ultra dog. Mine just destroys everything inside. Nuisance. Anyway, I usually go to the gym on a Monday, but everything's closed. I'll have to go tomorrow. But
yeah, everything's closed.
I'm quite tired after this weekend. Traveling from Liverpool and all that, so I'm kind of glad of not going to the gym. So I would have preferred to go, but glad at the same time, if that makes any sense.
I mean, Americans don't realize that we've had 10 days of mourning here for the Queen. To literally, the TV's just been about the Queen's death for like 10 days straight, and now everything's closed today. Like McDonald's is closed, for God's sake. Like literally everything's closed. Like because we're
it's big.
Like literally everything's closed.
But yeah, it's only one day though, isn't it?
So, but it's mad. It's mad.
It's not every day the Queen. Not every day the Queen dies, is it?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's very true. Well, she reigned for 70 years.
I think they're at Windsor now. I don't know.
I
think that's where. I think I recognise it. I've not been inside, but I've been outside.
Yeah, same.
So what have you? Are you back at work tomorrow then, or not?
Yeah, unfortunately, back to work tomorrow. Yeah, just work in a call center, so it's just boring. Would much rather do YouTube full time, but obviously it's not. I find it as financially stable as it used to be back in like 5-10 years ago. YouTube used to be a bit more of a money. Like you earn a lot more money from it, but hence why I got the Patreon. So if you guys want to help out with that, that'd be brilliant.
We can't all be Logan Paul or KSI or the big YouTubers out there.
But yeah, WWE. If you want a small YouTuber who Roman Reigns can like squash in a squash match or something, call me. I'll totally draw back.
You'd have to be trained and can't just be that thing. What if he breaks your What if he breaks your ribs? What if you fall badly?
Worth it.
Well, yeah, what if you might sue them?
Yeah. Just go, that's a good idea. Paul, if you're listening, if you want to, like Paul Levesque, if you're listening, right, you want to build up this Logan Paul Roman Reigns match and go, Roman Reigns goes, I'm going to destroy every YouTuber I know on the route to Logan Paul. I'll be one of the YouTubers. I'll jump out. Just let him spear me and I'll 1, 2, 3, done.
Reigns probably won't want to face somebody that's not been trained. What if you make him look bad? What if he spears you and you fall out the ring and oh no. Can't make the tribal chief look bad.
Kick out the spear and he'd be so pissed off. It's like, oh.
Who's this kicking out? Who's this that I'm supposed to smash him and he kicks out the spear? What? We're like the Undertaker losing it on Mania all over again.
Who's this guy? Yeah. Be funny though.
So I'm going to promote other things kind of while you're here, but you might be interested in these. I don't know if you... this, I don't know if this will be too late for you. It's on Facebook, on YouTube. Unfortunately, after NXT about 4:35 a.m. in the morning. It's Power Slams. The host will talk about a wrestling subject. This last week it was Nikki ASH slowly turning back into Nikki Cross. but he'll interview a wrestler on the Sportskeeda page. And last week was Magnum TA, but every week it's someone different, former WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, AEW.
Yeah.
So there's their page as well. They're on YouTube as well, so definitely check them out. But like I said, 4:30 a.m. way too late for you, I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah.
Too late for most people, really. But I watch it after NXT. Another podcast here. Domcast. I've had the host of this on before. There it is. So this is certainly worth to check out. Do you listen to other podcasts or not?
Yeah, all the time. Like, I'll definitely check out Domcast. I need to listen to some more podcasts. I listen to the Cultaholic, Walt Culture, and Stephen Larson. What's it going in Raw?
Yeah, going in Raw. Yeah, going in Raw.
Lots and lots.
I don't know if you play eFeds or not, but I've got 3 to promote. Do you play eFeds?
No, I don't.
Oh, that was a wrong link. There we go. So TWF Network. So they check them out. I don't know if they've got spots open, but certainly worth a look. ASPW, All-Star Pro Wrestling Network. That's basically another one. And the third one here, this has got spots open. And this guy, if you want to join him, is in the group, the Predictions League. So you can ask him if you want. So REW, Ray Dog Extreme Wrestling. Let me put that up. So yeah, I believe spots are open for this, and he has a YouTube Pro Wrestling Tees as well.
Nice.
Give me a second. There it is. So yeah, go on. And if you buy one of your T-shirts, it gives you a shout out, and the proceeds for the USA T-shirt go to a charity. So if you like supporting charities, then get one, and he'll give you a shout out on his YouTube. Let me just take that off for the second. So like I said, have you heard of eFeds? And I'm not sure if you play them or not now.
No, I haven't really heard of eFeds. I'm interested though. Well, what is it's like? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's basically like like WWE, like AEW, but it's gaming. You'll create a character, and then you can get to a league, and you can like win titles and play against people in America. But then they're going to be available when you're available, so they're a bit of a pain. It's like I don't really enjoy. They're good, but you have to. If you're not available when they are, you have to get matches on at a certain time, a certain date. But they are good to get involved in.
I used to do stuff like that back in the day, like years ago, but not recently. But yeah, worth checking out, I suppose, if that's something you're interested in. Definitely.
And a couple of other things. So a promo-based eFed. So this is kind of the same, but we've got a thing you cut promos on Facebook. So I've got 2 here. So first of all, so many links. There it is. So PPA Promo Performance Alliance, and they do indeed have their own YouTube. And this is only unfortunately a small page, so certainly go and check them out. And this one you will want to check out. I'm involved in it. Won so many titles, I can't even count. So NAW New Albany Wrestling. Let me just take that off. Give me a second. So promo-based defense are probably more a better thing to get into because it's up to them. Up to the you just say, this is my character. Put me in a match. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And you cut promos on that match, and there you go. So they're a lot better to get involved in. And some you'll cut a promo against somebody, and then they'll decide on which is the better promo, and then you win that way. So that they're even more fun, I think.
Worth doing. I'll look into that definitely.
If you're good at your promos, you can come up with any character. Right? In some EFAs, I use Rain's music, his character, I'm the head of the table, acknowledge me. So completely ripping off Reigns, but it works.
Yeah.
He's a favourite at the moment, so why not?
Why not?
And I'll just quickly promote my stuff, and then we'll finish up here. So, Promising Teas Goldman's on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. And I know you're involved in this, Lewis, but everybody else. Battle of the Nations Championship, WWE, AEW Predictions League. Twitter, follow me, Rick the Rock 30. My link tree, Ricky G34. My blog, and I write about all shows, WWE, AEW, the shows I go to. So the Golden Blog, the best damn blog out there. Forget your Uncle Dave, forget your Ryan Saturn. The Golden Blog is the place to be. Just a couple of other things. WWA World Wrestling Alliance. I run that page and I cover Raw, SmackDown, all that on it. And for those monthly shout outs, like and subscribe, just like Simester 1983 did. And as always, a couple of reminders. The first one is there. And the second one, the final one, right there. So, Promising Teas, Linktree, like and subscribe, Facebook, WWA, and Twitter. So there we go. Coming up, before I like go in a second, coming up, I've got a movie review. I do movie reviews every single week. And on Sunday, going to another show. Don't go to enough. Two isn't enough for me, 3 or 4 a month. TNT, No Limit, and Joseph Connors is on the card of NXT UK fame, so that's cool. So again, movie review, TNT, No Limit review. So yeah, you say you're going to chill for the rest of the day and walk the dog, yeah?
Yeah, probably. It's a chill day today, and then back to work tomorrow. Maybe play on my Xbox for a bit.
And yeah, people do follow him on Twitter, Potato Chief. Have you got a TikTok, Instagram, anything like that, or not?
Yeah, Potato Chief on TikTok as well. Yeah, I rarely use it, but I do have a TikTok. Obviously, Potato Pro Wrestling and Xbox the Box, the main ones.
Instagram.
No, I don't use Instagram now. Yeah, mainly Twitter and mainly Twitter and YouTube. Mainly my main 2 sources. So, yeah, Twitter Potato Chief and on YouTube Potato Pro Wrestling.
There's too many of them. Facebook is my main one. You've probably seen way over 22,000 pictures.
Yeah. I feel like TikTok is like it's too much for the kids. I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. I'm like, no. I do have a TikTok. I put occasional clips on there. So if you like short form content, I do make a couple of videos on there. But yeah,
it takes too much effort. It's like you can easily take a picture or easily just go live on Facebook. You're on Twitter, TikTok. You're going to make a video and
yeah. Exactly, and I prefer to do YouTube if I'm going to make a video. I prefer slightly longer form videos, 5-6 minutes instead of 30 seconds. I don't know. It's like by the time I get started, I feel like I'll be like end of the video. It's like, do you think Roman Reigns will lose a It's like, oh, okay, bye. I can't do that. I can't rush my opinion.
People do make shorts, I suppose, on YouTube. It pulls people in, like they'll make this, and you go, "Oh, that's interesting." Then you might go to the channel so I can understand that bit. But yeah, trying to do a video in 10 seconds, 30 seconds, however long they are, forget that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So coming to like nearly 2 hours. All my other interviews are in half an hour and maybe an hour top. So this is my longest one yet. So thank you for joining me. And yes, do follow him, Potato Chief, on Twitter. Check out his Patreon, his YouTube, and podcast. Yeah, Twitter, Potato Chief. So yeah, I'll put you backstage for now, and I'll just finish up. So thank you for joining me.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
So yeah, thank you for joining me, Lewis. And yeah, I'm just going to go and chill, drink some champagne, and let the nation acknowledge me. But for now, it is Ricky Goldman.